Hold on. Somebody explain to me how Keyshawn Davis is the number one contender at 147 pounds. He has never been a champion at 140. He lost his belt on the scale at 135. And now he's the mandatory challenger at 147? And the Haney camp is out here acting like this is the biggest fight in boxing right now? Nah, we need to talk about this. What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Jay, and this is our 2 cents, where we talk everything boxing, and everybody's entitled to their own opinion. In today's video, we are going to get into the state of boxing right now, because between Devin the Dream turned into a nightmare Haney, Keyshawn Crash Out Davis, and Shakur Soft Touch Stevenson, there is a lot going on, and most of it is manufactured chaos. But before we do, punch that like and subscribe button so you don't miss a video. Drop your 2 cents in the comments as we go. I want to hear from everybody on this one. Support the channel through Cash App by hitting the $ at $ 2 cents boxing, or hit the heart with the $ below and leave a special thanks. Now, let's get into this because this situation is wild. Let's start with the elephant in the room. Keyshawn Davis is being presented as the number one contender at 147 pounds. Now, let me make sure y'all are following this because this is important. Keyshawn was never a champion at 140 pounds. He was a belt holder at 135, lost that belt at his very next fight and moved up. Never won a championship at 140, never unified at 140, never did anything at 140 that will put him in the conversation as a top contender at 147. So how is he the number one contender at 147? We all know how the sanctioning bodies work. There is no real qualifying process. According to what's out there, Jay Prince went to the WBO and petitioned for Keyshawn to be ranked number one. That's it. That's the whole process. Somebody walked into an office and asked for it. And now Keyshawn Davis is potentially Devin Haney's mandatory challenger. Now, look, I'm not saying Keyshawn Davis can't fight. That's not the point. The point is the process. The point is how we got here. Because when you can just walk into a sanctioning body office and petition for a ranking, that ranking doesn't mean anything. And when that ranking doesn't mean anything, the mandatory fight built around it doesn't mean much either. And the fans see that. Drop your 2 cents below. Does Keyshawn Davis deserve to be the number one contender at 147 pounds? I want to know what y'all think. But here's the thing, and I want y'all to really pay attention because this is the part that's been making people fed up for a long time now. This is not new behavior from the Haney camp. Every single time Devin Haney is about to fight, it's chaos. He's ducking. He won't fight me. He's scared. He's avoiding. Chaos, chaos, chaos. Every single time without fail. And for a while it worked because people would get caught up in the narrative and the fight would get made and everybody would move on. But here's what changed. When Devin lost to Ryan Garcia, all that energy that he had been putting out for all those years flipped right back on him. All those years of down talking fighters, degrading people, making everybody seem like they were scared of Devin. The moment Devin lost, every single bit of that came back. And I said it then. Right after that fight, I said, they need to go back to the drawing board, regroup, change how they're marketing Devin, because the old way isn't going to work anymore. The goodwill is gone. The benefit of the doubt is gone. People are watching differently now. But they cannot do that. They refuse to do that. They keep running the same exact play, same chaos, same manufactured pressure, same narrative, different fighter, same script, and people are sick of it. And then, as if the chaos wasn't enough, Devin goes to 147 pounds and come out with a list. A list with 3 different weight divisions below him on it. So let me ask y'all a real question. Did Devin Haney ever have any real intention of fighting anybody at 147 pounds? Or did he go up there to try to pull everybody up to where he was comfortable fighting them? Because I pointed this out when the list dropped. I said, we are not going to let Devin go to 147 pounds and pull everybody up like this division doesn't exist. Y'all didn't like it when Canelo was doing it, so why is it okay now? Because it's the same thing, different name, same play. Go to a weight class, refuse to fight the people who are actually there, start pulling fighters from below, and then act surprised when people call you out for it. We are not letting it slide, not on this channel, not at 2 cents. And I'm not the only one saying this. Check out what Jupe had to say about the situation.
Told you how desperate they were to get him a win. But when we talking about, you're right, it's about narratives and history and talk. The reality is that Devin and Shakur have only been in the same division for a millisecond of their professional careers. A millisecond. Majority of Devin's 135 career, Shakur is at 130 or 126. They shared the division for half a second, and the time they did, the one time they shared the division, Shakur got in the ring. Devin said, "I ain't gotta fight you," moved on and got out the ring, and that's what it was. And then he offered a fake 25% that his daddy later admitted, and I got the footage, later admitted that he didn't, it was 25% of zero because he hadn't even shot the fight yet. So there is no history.
But Roach and Tank was never in the same weight class.
It's not your time. You see how you don't got no self-control? The point is that there is no history. Because the time when you were given the opportunity to make that history, you moved up real quick because Loma had already peppered you a shot. You barely escaped. You barely got out of that alive. So you didn't fight Shakur. You gave him a fake 25% of 0% because your daddy admitted he didn't even shop the fight to even get any money. So Devin went around lying and said it had been the most amount of money you ever would have made when they hadn't even had anybody to even offer money for the fight. So they lied to Shakur and the fans the whole time. That's the history of Shakur and Devin.
Okay, now that's an important point that I want to make sure everybody heard clearly, because Jupe just said something that a lot of people are conveniently forgetting when they talk about this Shakur versus Devin situation, like it's some massive historic rivalry. She said, and she's right, that Devin and Shakur have only been in the same division for a millisecond of their professional careers. A millisecond. That's it. The majority of Devin's career at 135, Shakur was at 130 and 126. They barely shared a division. And the one time they were in the same division, the one moment where history could have been made, what happened? Shakur got in the ring. Devin said, I ain't gonna fight you, and moved on. That's the history. That's the whole history behind these two. And it get worse because Devin came out talking about a 25% offer, making it seem like he tried to make the fight happen, made it seem like he was offering Shakur real money. And then Bill Haney, Devin's father, later admitted on camera that the 25% offer was 25% of zero because they hadn't even shopped the fight yet, hadn't even got an offer from anybody. So they were out here telling Shakur and the fans that this was the most money he would ever make, when they hadn't even gone out and gotten a number yet. They lied to Shakur, to the fans, and on the record. So when people talk about this fight like it's a massive historic rivalry with years of buildup, what history are we talking about exactly? Because the actual history is Devin avoided the fight when he had the chance, offered fake money to make it look like he was serious, and his own father / manager / promoter confirmed it later. That is the history of Shakur and Devin. And now they want you to believe this is the biggest fight in boxing. Jupe is right. The narrative doesn't match the reality. And we are not going to let this slide on this channel. Now, let's talk about where things stand right now, because this is where it gets really interesting. Shakur has already told you what it is. He's given the terms and conditions for the fight. Jay Prince has already told you what it is. It's out there in the public, on record. But the Haney camp keeps going around acting like the fight is easy to make, going from channel to channel to channel, creating pressure, pushing the narrative, making it seem like Shakur is the one holding up things. And then Devin goes on social media and somebody writes, I think it's Keyshawn. Keyshawn writes, Devin versus Keyshawn is the biggest fight of the year. And then Devin responds, me versus Keyshawn is the biggest. Our fight would be big though. Bruh. Shakur doesn't want to fight you at 147 pounds. He has already told you that. His team has already told you that. Jay Prince has already told you that. So why are you out here on social media still pushing this like it's a fight that's being avoided when the other side has already given you the terms and conditions? And remember what Juke just told us. The one time you were in the same division, you ran. You offered fake money. Your own father, manager's promoter confirmed it. So this isn't even a situation where the fight almost happened and fell apart over money. This is a situation where you never actually tried to make the fight in the first place. This is not a call out. This is a diversion. And here's my theory. And y'all tell me if I'm wrong because I want to hear your 2 cents on this. What if Devin and Shakur are actually in cahoots with each other? What if this whole back and forth is coordinated? Because think about it. If Shakur and Devin fight, what happens to Keyshawn? Keyshawn needs that step aside money. So maybe everybody is working together behind the scenes, and this whole public drama is just the marketing for a fight that's already been agreed upon. I'm not saying that's definitely what's happening, but I'm saying it looks like it. And the more I watch it, the more it feels like a coordinated show. Because nothing about this feels organic. The Crawford and Spence situation felt organic. Those arguments were real. The buildup was real. Nobody was running from channel to channel manufacturing the drama. You could feel that those 2 men genuinely wanted to fight each other. This feels staged. This feels like a script. And when boxing starts feeling like a script, you start losing people. And the Haney camp is dangerously close to losing people. For good. And it's not just me saying this. The fans are saying it too. I pulled up the comments under Devin Haney's post, and y'all, the people are done. Like, genuinely done. Read some of these because this is important. The first one says, you ain't fighting Kerr this year, Davis in September, or are you saying you running from Key? You running from Key now? That's where we're at? Because that's what this person is saying. You got the number 1 contender literally in your face. People are starting to wonder if Devin is running from him too. Not just Shakur, not just Ryan, Keyshawn, the mandatory. That is wild to me. This one says, you still need to run the rematch with Ryan. Stop acting like you didn't lose that day. Never forget for 2024. If you can't beat Ryan, you don't deserve a match with Shakur. Just saying. And see, this is what Bill Haney doesn't want people saying. Because Bill keeps trying to present this like the conversation is Shakur or Keyshawn. Like those are the only 2 options on the table. Like Ryan Garcia doesn't exist. Like the fight didn't happen. But the fans remember. They always remember. And until the rematch happens, there will always be an asterisk next to everything Devin does. Always. You cannot erase that no matter how many times you change the subject. But this is the one. Bro, shut the up and fight Keyshawn. Sign the contract, Goofy. Goofy. They called him Goofy, bruh. I can't. But they're not wrong, though. Because that's exactly what this looked like from the outside. You got a man standing right in your face, contract ready, willing to fight, and you out here on social media talking about Shakur, who already gave you his terms and conditions. That's goofy behavior. I'm sorry. That's goofy behavior. This one says, bro, you can't get your get back on Ryan instead of dragging smaller fighters up. And here it is again, Ryan Garcia. It always come back to Ryan Garcia because that is the fight every comment, every thread. Every time somebody talks about Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia comes up. You cannot escape it. And the more you try to avoid it, the louder it gets. And this is the last one. You could have fought Kerr at 135 or 140. Now that you're at 147, you're screaming Kerr. You have Key, Foley, in big fights at 147 pounds. Now, that is a great point. That is a really great point because this is the thing that people keep missing. Devin Haney has real fights at 147 pounds right now. Big fights. Fights people actually want to see. Keyshawn Davis, Ryan Garcia. I mean, these are legitimate matchups at his own weight class. right there, available, ready to be made. And instead of making any of those, the conversation keeps getting dragged towards fighters from smaller divisions who don't even fight at 147. This is the pattern that has always been the pattern, and the fans are fed up. These comments prove it. And here's the part that really gets me. The biggest fight Devin Haney can make right now, the one fight that everybody actually wants to see, is the Ryan Garcia rematch. Ryan is a champion. Ryan Garcia is at 147 pounds. Ryan Garcia has been on every interview threatening to end Devin Haney's career if he doesn't take the fight. Nothing about Ryan Garcia's energy says he's scared to run it back. He already dropped Devin multiple times. What would he be afraid of a rematch for? And I want to address this directly because I know what some people are going to say. People keep saying Ryan was on something when he fought Devin. Okay, maybe he was. Maybe he wasn't. That's a whole separate video. But here's what I do know. If Ryan Garcia was on something and he dropped Devin Haney the way he did, what does the rematch look like when he's clean? The question alone should be enough to light a fire under the Haney camp, because right now the narrative is not on their side. And the only way to change that narrative, the only way to truly move forward, is to run it back and get that fight right. But Bill Haney keeps presenting this like the only options are Shakur or Keyshawn, like Ryan Garcia doesn't exist, like the loss didn't happen, and the fans are not going for it. Nobody wants to hear anything from Devin Haney until he fights Ryan Garcia. That is the legacy fight. That is the fight that defines this era of boxing at 147 pounds. Everything else, everything else is noise until the fight gets made. And here's the bigger picture I want y'all to sit down with before we close this out. This isn't just about one fight. This isn't just about one ranking. This isn't just about one tweet. This is about what happens when a camp loses the trust of the fans and doesn't know how to get it back. Because that's really what's going on here. The Haney camp lost the fans' trust after the Ryan Garcia loss. And instead of rebuilding the trust by making the fights people want to see, they kept running the same play. Same chaos. Same manufactured pressure. Same narrative. And you cannot rebuild trust with the same behavior that destroyed it. The fans are not stupid. They see the list. They see the channel hopping. They see the fake 25% offer that Bill Haney himself confirmed was 25% of nothing. They see Keyshawn Davis standing right there with the contract ready to be signed while the Haney camp chases fighters from smaller divisions. They see all of it. And here's what I want Bill Haney to understand. Because I think deep down, he knows this is true. The window is closing. Devin Haney is not going to be at this level forever. The opportunities that are sitting on the table right now, Ryan Garcia, Keyshawn Davis, the real fights at 147, those don't stay on the table forever. Fighters move on, divisions change, and moments pass. And if Devin Haney camp keeps running the same play, keeps manufacturing chaos instead of making fights, they are going to look up one day and realize that the window closed while they were busy going from channel to channel. That is the real danger here. Not the rankings, not the sanctioning bodies, not Shakur's terms and conditions. The real danger is wasting the moment. So let me leave y'all with this. The fights are there. The legacy moments are there. The division is there. Keyshawn Davis is right there. Ryan Garcia is right there. The window is open right now. But every week that goes by without a real fight being made is a week of legacy that Devin Haney is never getting back. Stop manufacturing chaos. Stop pulling fighters from other weight classes. Stop running from channel to channel with the same script. Make the fights. That's the truth. Two centers. Let me know in the comment section. Is this all one big coordinated play between Bill, Devin, Shakur, and Keyshawn? Or is Bill Haney really out here using chaos as a marketing strategy and running it straight into the ground? And what am I saying in this video that is not a fact? Tell me where I'm wrong. Drop it below your 2 cents. I read every single comment. Like the video if you found value. Subscribe if you're new. Follow me on X at 2 cents 20, the number 2 cents 20. We're going over there and I'm posting a lot more. We're growing over there and I'm posting a lot more. Follow me on IG at 2 cents boxing. Support the channel through Cash App at $ 2 cents boxing, or hit the heart with the $ below and leave a special thanks. Click the video coming up. Keep the conversation going, and I'll catch you in the next video.